Hello and welcome to a video for my series on why do we get stuck. You can find the entire series on YouTube as I add each video or on my website everypurposeyourpurpose.com. So in each video I explore a different reason why you might be stuck in your career or your business and some ideas on what to do about it. So today I really want to talk about getting stuck because you are exhausted, right? I think this is sometimes underestimated as a reason why we get stuck. So what happens? You get exhausted, you get less productive. You might not even notice this, but you work and you work and you try to catch up and you work, but what you get done in the same amount of time is less and less because you're tired. But that's not even what gets you stuck. What gets you stuck is that you cannot think clearly at a certain point. The more tired you get, once you get to the point of exhaustion, it's really difficult not just to take action because of all the things you're doing and how tired you are, but also because our thinking is not as clear. So if this resonates with you, first of all, I want to say I'm really sorry. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. Let's put it that way. Okay. I know from my experience and I know from people I worked with and I talked to. But you have to address it. Okay. If you don't address being exhausted, if you don't admit to yourself that you're exhausted, you're on your way to getting burned out. Okay. And I've definitely burned out. And I can tell you, like anybody else who gotten burned out, when you get burned out, then things come to a stop, whether you're ready or not. And it's much harder to recover. Okay. So, of course, this video is not medical advice, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm just talking here. On YouTube, but if anything like this resonates even more to the point that you feel like I need to have a checkup, please go to the doctor, please address it on a medical level, right? But right here, I'm talking specifically on a work level and career level. So the first step is to admit it. I think a lot of people do not admit to themselves that they're stuck because they're too tired. They're caught up in this, I have to do more, I cannot do anything different than what I'm doing, or I always have to be doing something. Okay, rest is bad. So I want to address each one of these situations. So if you're exhausted because legit you have a lot on your plate, okay, a lot for your business or for work, or a lot in between work and life and so forth, I know it can be really difficult to find some time to rest, but somehow you have to. Okay, remember burnout, otherwise, is what happens. So, here are some ways you can carve some rest. One is you can set up some boundaries. Maybe that's something that's difficult for you, okay? And sometimes you might want to say no. Another thing, you can ask for help. I know, look, if you're thinking that's really hard for you, I'm with you on that one. But even if it's a little bit, even if it's like just somebody that you feel comfortable with, please ask for help and get some rest. The other thing that really helped me was realizing when I was overworking that not taking time to rest was actually impacting my ability to get things done. Meaning, I could see that I was working, 10 hours, 12 hours, working all through the weekend, but what I was getting done was much less than when I could take some time off to rest. So, if what is keeping you exhausted is because you feel this, you have to get work done, or you have to do something before you can rest, and the list of things is never ending, just really give it a try. I wasn't I wasn't sold on this until I gave it a try, and I took some time off, meaning an afternoon, one day, one weekend. Okay, I'm not talking about going on vacation for a week. I'm just really talking about completely unplugging and resting on purpose, and then getting back to what I was supposed to do and feeling that my attention was better, my clarity was better, my focus was better, my speed, at which I was working, was better. So really addresses exhaustion from a practical level and rest. A coach I really like, his name is George Cow. He says, rest before you need to. Okay, and I think this is really, really good advice, and I'm gonna pass it on to you. Please rest before you need to. All right, and if you have not so much a practical issue, meaning that you're a workaholic because inside you have a belief that you should always be working, you should always be productive, and it's quote unquote bad to rest. Okay, I don't mean to offend anybody, but that is weird. To a lot of people, to a lot of cultures, that is weird. I'm saying this with a lot of love, okay? But I also want to put some humor here to sort of, we need some sense of humor about our own beliefs and sort of look at it and be like, really? Is it really bad to rest? Am I really like less good of a human being if I sometimes do nothing? Is it really, you know, not worth my time to go for a walk or to slow down or to sleep a little bit longer, than work, work, work? Okay, so if you sort of are getting exhausted because something inside of you is constantly pushing you to do and work, and you cannot let yourself relax, I really want to invite you not just with some humor, but also with a lot of self-compassion. Okay, sometimes, I don't know where you got those beliefs. I don't know where people, we all get it from family or school or something in life. And sometimes it's time to let go of beliefs that don't serve us anymore. Okay, so I really want to invite you, if this resonates with you, to really take 5 steps back and just look at this. Look at what thoughts you have about being productive versus resting. And just ask yourself if that makes sense to you. If that's what you would teach, a younger person. If that is something that maybe is not so useful to you right now. Just look at it. Whatever comes up for you. And you don't have to let it go completely, right? You can see what comes up for you in that moment, looking at this belief and asking yourself, what do I believe now? What makes sense to me now, right? What would I share with others now if they ask me? As somebody who works with people that want to change careers but are not sure what they want to do next, I think nothing makes up for giving yourself some time to just do nothing. And again, I'm not saying take a year off, right? But even if like once a week you take a little bit of time off, once a day you have 10 minutes of just contemplation. I mean, you can start very small. Or of course you can take a whole year off if that's what inspires you. But I really don't think we need a ton of time off, but we need to rest. We need to let the mind rest, the body rest, and just see what opens up spontaneously in that moment. So if you feel stuck and you think it's because you're exhausted, start with admitting that to yourself. Start really seeing that what you need is rest. And then whether you need to take some practical steps or you need to let go of some belief inside, or maybe both, I invite you to take a little step in that direction and then see what happens. All right, don't forget to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube if you like this video, and check out repurposeyourpurpose.com.